Hello, welcome back to Tarot by Cherie. How are my beautiful lights doing today? We're going to get started right away on today's reading and see what uplifting messages we may have. Let's see what just popped out of the deck. Wow, we have a Justice along with the Five of Pentacles. So this is for those of you who have been just feeling maybe somewhat down this week, just feeling like things aren't moving the way you want them to go. I do see a Justice, so something is going to override all of these negative feelings you've been feeling. It's going to be something that is going to act like a Justice. When you get the Justice card, that's all positivity coming in for you. That means you're going to feel justified in whatever that is. Whatever comes in, it's going to be a great feeling like finally, whatever this thing was that you wanted, it's going to arrive for you. All right, so, okay guys, I'm seeing a lot of you just want to take a break and have this fresh new start. And believe it or not, many of you are doing just that, okay? So you can comment below if I'm speaking to you, if you are actually, taking a break, taking some downtime, and just making up your mind that you're going to basically be starting over in your life. So recreating your life. Guys, you can recreate your life even though it sounds cliche and it sounds difficult. Just put some action behind the things you want and go get them. It's that easy right now. Okay, try it. All right, somebody's looking the other way, not paying attention to your job, or maybe putting this career you wanted, you're putting it off. All right, I am seeing that, yes, this is making sense. You're taking this break. All right, but the break's not turning out the way you had planned. It's kind of making you feel some kind of way, like you're feeling worried, like you're falling behind in some way. Okay, so if that's what's happening, guys, come off your break. It's not going to be of any good for you, but get started, right? Get started on this new beginning. All right, so here I'm seeing a victory coming in for one of my beautiful masculines. All right, I see you're putting a lot of thought into something. All right, there is a Seven of Swords over here that you have to be careful of. So this is something you're planning. I don't know what exactly it is, but there are things that can go wrong with this. So plan carefully, okay? This card right here, the Seven of Swords, something negative can put like a, how do I want to say this? Set you back financially. So whatever you're planning, plan it carefully and keep your finances involved in the forefront. Like, keep them in mind with what you're planning. All right, so I'm seeing some kind of stuckness here for a feminine who's going through some kind of heartbreak or a major setback. I feel like you're juggling things with family. All right, so some of you are just have your hands full with family, a family member, or perhaps more than a family member, and you're feeling extremely stuck. And you could walk away if you want to, but because it's family, you're kind of feeling like you can't do it, right? All right, so whatever this is, please comment if this is you below the video. Also offering $20 readings. Those interested, you can click on the description below the video and email me. All right, somebody's going through it this morning. I'm seeing sadness. I'm seeing some kind of sadness and confusion around this could be like you're going through a transformation. So for a lot of you, the transformation I'm referring to might feel something like this, like the rug's been pulled out from underneath your feet. You're feeling like you're in a place right now where you don't know which way to go, you don't know what's up, what's down, you're having trouble making decisions even on the things that you want in life, where you want to be, where you want to go, if the things you're doing right now are actually, something you're still wanting. And if you don't, you're even having trouble trying to figure out how to get out of things. So not really desiring to put the action behind your life to create it the way you want it. You're still feeling confused about things. All right. This is something we need to work on, and these energies coming in are actually pushing a lot of you to do just that, to put the action behind your life and create it. And I see a lot of strength here, but I do see there's still a bunch of you that might be somewhat depressed or sad. So therefore you're having trouble, moving these things in your life. Okay. I do see that you will get clarity. You're going to get clarity on all the reasons why you feel burdened. It's like a cycle. It feels like you know what has to change and you know what's not making you happy in life, but at the same time, the drudgery of it, the burden of it, the daily burden has put you in this place where you're feeling sad. Some of you are feeling depressed, so it kind of immobilizes you while you're in that depression or sadness. So guys, you have to lift yourself out of that. And you can start by staying in a state of gratefulness and telling yourself every morning what you're grateful for. And make it small things. Wow, I could see a beautiful butterfly outside. It's so colorful. Thank God for the eyes that you gave me, that I could see the beauty that you created. If that's too corny for you, make it different. But, whatever your story is going to be, whatever you're grateful for, start being grateful. And this card is a reminder to be grateful, okay? So some of us forget to do that, and then we fall into a slump. And then, when Cherie comes online here and reminds you, you're like, oh yes, I have forgotten to be grateful. And maybe that's why I'm falling into this slump again. All right, guys. So here I'm seeing, wow, okay. I'm seeing a commitment here for this feminine. You're going to, right now you're feeling ignored, and you're thinking all kinds of things. You're being paranoid, or you're being, you're thinking too much, okay? Ruminating thoughts, let's say. I'm seeing here that this is probably something, yes, this is something you're wanting. You're wanting to be in a commitment, whether you're with somebody now, but you're not really committed, or you don't have anybody now and you want this relationship. You like being in a committed relationship, okay? Either way, this is something you want, and it's making you feel stuck because you're lonely. You're lonely. And I'm talking to a feminine right here. This is the Queen of Pentacles. So you're used to getting what you want, and you pretty much have the things that you want, except for this person right now. It looks like you're very, you make good money and you take good care of yourself, and you're very independent. And that's how other people see you, by the way. Even in relationships, your significant others from the past have looked at you like, she is just, her own woman. She is very strong. She's very independent. And I feel like there was one person that might have been bothered by that. This was somebody who wanted you to look at them like, you felt safe with them, like they were your protector kind of thing. Like they wanted you to come to them to feel that protection. But all in all, there's nothing wrong with having it all within yourself. That's how it should be. Okay, so let's go further. I'm seeing some movement here. Something coming in quick. Wow, it's a relationship, but like no other. I'm seeing this one. This is somebody, you're both single right now. All right, and I'm seeing the card, the card of relationships here, next to the Lovers card, next to the overflowing of happiness and joy card, next to the I'm coming in to get you quick card. Okay, so fast moving, something fast moving coming in to bring joy and happiness in. This is always emotional. This is your cup overflowing with good emotions, though. Elation, happiness, joy. This is the Lovers card, and this is the Partnership card. All right, and this is the two of you right now. You're both single, and you're about to run into one another and start something beautiful. Okay. As far as the time goes, I want to say this is going to be within the next 4 weeks. I heard 4 weeks. Okay, and here we go with the Empress. All right, so I'm seeing a very motherly type figure here. and I'm seeing something very positive coming in. So this is for those of you who are trying to get pregnant, or somebody is pregnant. I feel like you don't know it yet, or you may. There's a lot of you out here who want a baby right now and don't know if you're actually pregnant. There may be a few that do. This is going to be the light of your life. This is going to bring in sunshine. It's going to open a door, something that you've been wanting that's going to fulfill you like nothing else. All right, and I do see a new financial, you're going to hear something about this new financial offering. So this is for maybe those of you who are put out some feelers for a job, or trying to get into a new career, looking for acceptance in a workplace somewhere. You're going to get communication on this. This is going to be very good financially. This is going to be good for you, and also bringing in happiness. So nothing better than knowing you're having what you want, which is a baby, and knowing that you or your significant other is going to land a job or a career making really nice money. All right, I'm seeing a feminine and a masculine. Something you've wanted for a long time. This is for a feminine and a masculine who have known each other. This is interesting. You've known each other a long time, maybe since childhood. Okay. You might have, had a very short lived romance when you were young, too young to really, have it become much. But this is different too. Like, as you're getting older, you're developing feelings for one another, okay? And you've known each other for, I want to say, 10 years or better. And I'm seeing movement now into this new relationship, this new spark of a relationship, even though you've known each other for a while. So if you're a masculine or a feminine, and you've been kind of hanging out with your bestie for a while, guess what? This might develop into something more. Actually, one of you is already thinking along that line. Wow, he's, gotten really handsome, or she's grown to be a beautiful, beautiful woman. And you already have the card of wand here. So, sparks will be flying. Okay. And it's always good to have a friendship, guys, before you get in deeper. Okay. It's always good to get to know one another before you, become physical, because if you jump into the physical aspect of things too quickly before you really have a chance to know one another, you may not get to know one another, because people might decide to move on after that. They may feel, I don't know, I don't want to get into that, but I think a lot of you know what I mean. Men and women look at the physical end of things differently. And I just think it's always better to make a connection before you jump into the intimacy part. Okay. Having that trust, having a bit of trust before you become intimate makes it that much better. All right. So I'm seeing, this is for all of you, because you're all my beautiful empaths. Okay. Whether you accept it or think it or not, you are. All right. And I am seeing a lot of you are starting to accept this. You're starting to accept it because you're feeling differently. You're hearing things, seeing things, and you're feeling, you're not pushing away these things when they're happening to you anymore. You're opening up to them. You're looking at them like they are something realistic there. And I'm talking about people who are starting to hear things, like you might, in the quiet of night in your house, when you lay your head down on your pillow, you might hear something. You might hear voices, okay? And you might figure out that it's not coming from next door. And you could be hearing voices from other realms. The sensitivity is becoming more so as our vibration rises, okay? So you might see things out of the corner of your eyes. You might be seeing shadows. Like I said, hearing things. So you're opening up to this. You're not afraid of this anymore. You're starting to really open up to it. After all, what is the spirit world? It's our ancestors. It's not the movie, the horror movie with the ghosts. The spirit is your ancestors, right? All around you, loving you and trying to send you messages and letting you know they're still connected to you. All right. So I'm seeing that this card here, the Page of Cups, this is your energy, and it's beautiful, Aquarius. You're developing this beautiful energy where you're starting to feel like a marshmallow, some of you, just kinder and wanting to help people and less combative. You don't even have the want or the energy to fight with people anymore. You're just like, when people start acting nuts, and those of you who haven't gotten this yet, listen to me carefully. When you get here, you're going to be so much calmer and happier. All right? When people start acting nuts, look at them as if you're looking at them through a window and just take it in. Don't feel any emotions. Try not to let them push your buttons and suck your energy, okay? So you can look at them like, wow, I'm past that now. They're kind of acting weird. I wouldn't act like that maybe 20 years ago, but people are still, and you'll start noticing that you'll be thinking like, they're weird. Why are people acting the way they're acting? It doesn't make any sense. Okay, that's because you're vibrating in two different realms, in two different timelines. Okay, they've got more teaching and learning to do, right? So you guys are vibrating much higher. And when you can do this and just look at people that are acting badly and not get sucked in, not want to argue with them, not tell them off, not just notice and say, wow. That's what I do. I look at them and go, wow, to myself. All right. But I am seeing that for a lot of you, you're moving away from the stressful situations as far as what you can separate yourself from, who you can separate yourself from, and emotionally, okay? A lot of you are learning how to disconnect emotionally. Guys, if you know what I'm talking about and you're starting to feel that, you're able to stay calm and disconnect when people are acting out of their minds, please comment. Keep it short, but I read all of your comments. I love each and every one of you. So please comment below the video. And yeah, that should be fun going through those. All right. Also, I'm seeing a masculine who has decided to walk away from his marriage. Okay, this is somebody that you celebrated marriage with for many, many, many years. You worked hard on the marriage for the last couple of years because things weren't working out. You stopped seeing eye to eye, and you stayed there. You hung in there, and you had lots of conversations about, making things better, or, tossing things around that maybe you could do to try to improve on your communication and how you're feeling about one another. And you just come to a place now where you're deciding that you're feeling just like done. You're fried. Okay, you can only work on something for so long and then see it for what it is. And you're either willing to continue to work on it for another few years, or you make that decision. You make the decision like, wow, this isn't going to work, and I'm just spinning my wheels here. And that's where you've come. You've come to that place where you're spinning your wheels. All right, so here I'm seeing some kind of, wow, Aquarius, I'm seeing a lot of growth for you this week. Something you're going to make a decision on that this is a person or a thing you're going to be moving away from. You're deciding on this now. This is something making you defensive and, kind of sucking your energy away from you. And you're going to be very focused now on how to escape this or how to move away from this, okay? These things aren't easy for us, guys, when it's time to separate from people that, we've been friends with for years, family members that, we've been talking on the phone every day for years with, or, couple times a month, seeing each other a lot. They come to our house, we go to their house. All of a sudden, one day look at them and think to yourself, this is, I'm no longer able to connect with this person. we're on two different paths, we're on two different wavelengths, we're vibrating completely different, and I just don't, we don't have anything in common. So, and then there's more, depending on who you are and how you're feeling. We all can feel a little bit different with that, but there comes a time where when that happens, we decide we're going to separate from this person, see them a lot less, or talk to them a lot less. And this can be very difficult. So you're focusing this week, this is for a few of you out there, on how to disconnect from this person. And guys, if you have an issue where you need some kind of spiritual context, some spiritual, I do a phone reading. So for those of you who might be interested in that, if you just maybe need to talk to someone, or you can do a mix of a reading and get some spiritual, spiritual information, conversation, needing someone to talk to, whatever it is. All right, I'm here for you. So again, you can click on the description below the video to see my services, and if interested, then you can email me. All right, but that is the reading for today, my loves, and I'm sorry I'm putting this out so late. There was a big mama drama today here, but again, I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day, and you take care.